Basically Toji versus the Sasuke retrieval team. Now this is really interesting. So we're taking basically JJK and Naruto. It's a cross-verse, topic. Really interesting. I am not far at all in JJK. I'm not far at all. But what I will say is I've at least seen far enough in the anime to where I've seen Toji. I've seen him fight against Gojo where he fucked him up the first time, and then the second time Gojo just fucking slams him. So really curious to see how this video goes.
Powerful than you.
It's gonna be really interesting, and we're gonna get into it. It's very interesting thing. And I'm very curious to see how he analyzes the scaling. For like his speed, whatever, blah blah. With these guys, you name it, because basically in part one, when we're talking about speed just alone, the fucking they're already reacting to like sound attacks, whatever you name it, etc. Like speed of sound, whatever, blah blah. Like during the beginning of the Forest of Death, Then you keep going further along, whatever. And it just kind of goes like that. Then you have like fucking Kakashi reacting to lightning itself with a Chidori while young. So like you have all that shit. So it's really interesting. I'm going to see how he kind of talks about all forms of simple scaling aspects. And just to see how it comes down. I think the verdict was he thought Toji beats them all. Now, at the end of the day, I can't competently say whether if he's correct or not. I know way more about Naruto than JJK. So it is what it is, but we'll see how Six kind of advocates for it. He's very competent and very intelligent debater and content creator. So we're gonna kind of see what he does, what he advocates, and if it's logical and it makes sense, hey, it is what it is. And under that information, it is what it is, right? But let's get it.
Versus the Sasuke retrieval team is a great way to address a lot of the downplay I've seen for Jujutsu Kaisen characters.
I don't know, he went to do something. I think he's like playing a Naruto game and watching the stream at the same time. I don't know, Loke. He was.
Because the fight isn't one of those coughing baby versus hydrogen bomb situations, but everyone likes to treat it like it is for whatever reason. Everyone will be fresh in this instance, so no chakra drained versions of these characters from Jirobo or anything like that. The best way I want you to visualize how I'm going to be talking about this is if Toji was asked to bring Sasuke back to Orochimaru, and the kids went after him trying to stop him. Neji, Naruto, Choji, Kiba, and Akamaru.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that.
All have to take down Toji in order to get Sasuke back. Being the most in character with Toji.
Oh, and then hey, real quick, guys, shout out to Six. Make sure to check him out. Give him all the love and support. Subscribe, like, you name it. The whole vibes. He has tons and tons of GOATED content. So if you guys don't really know, you're behind. What are you doing? Step it up. But make sure to check out his shit. He has all kinds of shit. It's mainly Naruto, but he does do separate content. Sonic, JJK, you fucking name it. So even Dragon Ball Z. So he's really good shit. Very unique thumbnails. GOATED 2. The whole 9. He's doing his thing. He's growing. So give him all the love. Get him through. So fuck.
Kashimo's lightning fight between Toji was asked to bring Sasuke back to Orochimaru, and the kids went after him trying to stop him. Neji, Naruto, Choji, Kiba, and Akamaru all have to take down Toji in order to get Sasuke back. Being the most in character with Toji doing something like this before, he'll likely use the inventory curse to swallow the barrel Sasuke is in so that the kids can't run away with it in the middle of the fight.
I agree.
As for the fight stage, just imagine it takes place in the open field that Naruto fought Kimimaro in. As another caveat, Lee will not be coming to help them, and neither will Kakashi. It will only be a fight between the combatants I've listed so far.
Okay.
I would equalize power systems, but it's not really necessary.
I'm gonna be honest. If Lee comes down, bro, hey, he a problem. He built different, baby. he got that Kimimaro scaling, baby. Not even at full power either.
Toji doesn't abide by JJK's power system and only has Hack's weapons. So aside from some small details about the soul, it won't be all that relevant. With that out of the way, we'll start with Toji first since he's undoubtedly easier to talk about. Before we begin, be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe as well if you want to see more JJK versus Naruto crossover battles like this one. Toji's most direct scaling in terms of his speed tier is going to come from Curse Spirit Naoya and his fight with the now equal to Toji Maki Zenin. Maki prior to this fight had already demonstrated herself to be above Mach 0.5 speeds. As it stated, Naoya was still charging at her with full speed when stacking.
And that's one thing I like about JJK as well. It's very simple to understand. Like, it provides definitive verbatim statements on what speed levels they have or just how what's happening. While Naruto is very contentious or very vague, to where they'll have like data book statements that are either like, okay, is this hyperbolic, or is this actually hyperliteral, you know what I mean, like things like that. So it's really annoying. But unless it's like very crystal clear what it is, then sure. Like for instance, like Minato and Raikage being light speed, etc. Or Kakashi being with lightning, or Part 1 Genin being reacting to sound attacks, etc. So if it's something that's blatantly obvious, then there you go. But JJK is way more simpler than Naruto. Way more. It's very easier to understand.
His curse technique, and as you can see, Maki just punches him as he's doing that. This same Naoya is stated to have already surpassed subsonic speed, which goes as high as Mach 0.5 or 383.635 miles per hour. It's unknown how much Naoya surpassed this level of speed, since it does say he surpassed subsonic, but we know it's at least beyond the speed of sound, as Maki tells us later, putting him above Mach 1, but it still has to be beneath Mach 3, because the next time he comes back to fight Maki, which is as a curse spirit, he's stated to be faster in his curse womb form, and then doesn't
what I say, he's immediately going into speed
hit Mach 3 until going full speed as an involved curse spirit, which completely speed blitzes the pre-awakened Maki. This is fine though, because after Maki awakens to be on Toji's level, she gets faster as well as gaining precognition, being able to not only react to Naoya, but gaining the speed to move away from him and dodge him in midair. Maki's evolution is normally only said to have gained her better reaction speeds, but that's not entirely true, as before she was speed blitzed by Naoya, but as you see here, she's also able to tag him while he's in the middle of moving, and according to Kashimo, doing the same attack as last time. So Maki goes from being speed blitzed by Naoya's Mach 3 speeds to tagging him at these speeds and reacting to him becoming untouchable. This is the same person who is stated to be equal to Toji, and just in case there are any of those dishonest rats out there that claim to not think being equal means they are on the same level of speed, Maki makes it clear that Toji could have handled everything even at the high speed Naoya was moving at. So that's the most consistent speed scale for Toji. He can bare minimum outspeed Mach 3. Some people like to incorrectly scale JJK off of the calc with Maki catching a bullet back in the Goodwill event, but the author of the series, Gege Akutami, said in the release of the fanbook during an interview that feat of Maki catching the bullet was a bit too much, and besides that, the calc has Maki moving at speeds much higher than Mach 3, which she got blitzed by later in the manga after she got stronger. So it's pretty clear that Gege ended up either retconning this, or Mai's bullets simply don't move as fast as normal ones. Aside from the vaguely above Mach 3 meta, there's a meta for arguing JJK characters can react to lightning or light that I'm going to have to go over. As for the light speed meta, it really only applies to Sukuna Gojo and Kashimo in his curse technique form, and since all of them have not shown any scaling to the rest of the cast, there's no point in covering it here in this video. As for lightning speed, there are three main feats to talk about: Hikari reacting to Kashimo's lightning strike, Maki reacting to Nue's lightning, and Toji doing the same thing. There are a couple different ways to look at it, so let's go over the most controversial of them first. Hikari reacting to Kashimo's lightning. Now, for the most part, I've seen this be accepted by a pretty large amount of people, but that doesn't mean there isn't some level of ambiguity in the feat, and it all revolves around this panel right here. As you can see in this panel, the lightning is seemingly very close to Hikari's face before in the next panel hitting his arm and blowing it off. I think it's fair to mention that Kashimo's lightning is a can't miss attack, so Hikari completely avoiding it is impossible. Moving his head and getting hit in the arm.
So it's basically like Kirin, you know what I mean? It's like Kirin, it's the speed of lightning, it's fast,
This feat was calced a few times, with the two most popular calcs having him either Mach 9.
Oh, come on, Six. Why are we bringing up calcs, bro? Like, calcs don't... Alright, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna nitpick. The problem with calcs, guys, is it's literally a fan fiction ass fucking argument you're utilizing. Like, it's based upon your arbitrary, subjective view of analyzing what it could be, mathematical, whatever, blah blah. And bottom line is, the whole problem with that is that could lead to error, and it could be incorrect, etc., whatever. And unless it's the author, which is AKA what Six, who has brought upon even an interview statement, and even bring upon verbatim speed statements, that we can actually utilize to know how fast these characters are, whatever, etc. Using calcs, it's not productive, it's not transparent, It's very, very weird to do, in my opinion. If anything, I feel like a lot of rats or sophist people will try to do that because they're just weird. Or if you want to highball a character, then by all means, you know what I mean? But it's not a productive way. It's not transparent at all.
145 at the high end, or Mach 4760 at the high end, which is either massively hypersonic or massively hypersonic plus. Like I said earlier though, this is the most controversial of these feats, and why I say that is because both these calcs are built off one assumption, and that's that Kashimo was aiming for Hikari's head, and this panel isn't simply a perspective shot to subvert expectations before the strike hitting its intended target, which was Hikari's arm. I have one question though. Why would Kashimo aim for Hikari's shoulder if he had a surefire weapon?
Yeah, that'll make. I agree with 6, absolutely. Like, that makes no fucking sense. You would want to go for a killing blow. You're not gonna want to fucking take an arm off. Now, unless he's like sadistic and it's like an in-character thing to do, you know what I mean? Like that, where he just wants to torture his opponent, then there you go. But if that's not the case and there's no evidence to substantiate that, yeah, I agree with 6 all day with it. Like, this makes no logical sense.
To end the fight by aiming for his head. When I asked my friend Broken Running about it, he asked me another question in response. What if he didn't want to land the finishing blow yet so Hikari could tell him where Sukuna is? This was a fair question to ask, but I thought to myself, well, the second time Kashimo aims for Hikari, he goes for his head, and he still needs to know where Sukuna is. Yet, in spite of that, he's fully set on landing the finishing blow this time. That question was pretty much the best reason I had heard for Kashimo not going for Hikari's head, so I figured, hey, being generous, take defeat is genuine, and it's not a perspective shot. Hikari just managed to move out the way at the last second. Another question might be that the next time Kashimo aims for Hikari's head, the strike lands successfully. And this is fair, but the second time he might have been closer. We don't know the distance, and I'd say it's probable since as far as we know, he can't change the speed of his cursed energy trait. So you end with the calc I sent above. Hikari is either Mach 945 or Mach 4760.
Okay.
Maki and by extension Toji should scale to Hikari in this regard, as she's depicted among the heavy hitters with him and Yuta, and it realistically makes no sense for all of them to be depicted beside each other, and Maki is massively slower than them. She could even possibly be faster than him if you take Naobito's reputation as a sorcerer seriously, which is the second fastest sorcerer after Satoru Gojo. Then Maki's superiority to him in speed after her full awakening should make her faster than Hikari. Before getting into the debunk for this specific line of reasoning, I'd like to explain Maki's superiority to Naobito. As mentioned, Naobito's reputation, or what he's known as, is being the second fastest sorcerer after Gojo. But in the fight with Cursed Spirit Naoya, we're told again by Kashimo, another member of the Big Three families, that Naobito with projection sorcery is the fastest. Shortly after this, he says Naoya's new speed, which was stated earlier to be Mach 3, is unparalleled. Then I obviously already went over how Maki is superior to that now, and by extension Toji. Anyway, a common debunk to Naobito's reputation of speed is that Hikari can react to lightning or is a lightning timer, and if Mach 3 Naoya is faster than Naobito, then obviously Hikari is faster as well. But just to mention, Hikari only ever reacts this fast. He makes no other movements combat wise that would put him on the level that this implies he is, with his combat or travel speed. So while Hikari may be able to react to these guys, which it'd be pretty absurd if he couldn't, he can't fight at the same speeds that they do. It's important to note as well that
his logic.
The manga makes something clear
and
about
I understand his logic, and he's also playing devil's advocate. He's giving both areas, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't really care. He's like, whatever you want, you know, but here's this and this, you know? So once again, I respect that because he's being transparent, he's being logical, he's not being ratty, soft, whatever, blah, blah, you know? So that's fair.
That the anime doesn't, and that's that he is only the second fastest sorcerer prior to losing his arm. So the interaction with Jogo basically doesn't count as an anti-feat to the statement. The next two feats are simple. Maki reacts to Nue's lightning in the extended chapter 213 in the volume. And here, where she has.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I would have to see Jay the Great's reaction, because I know Jay the Great knows JJK way more than me, so he could be able to give a way more better analysis or even critique of the video if necessary. I might actually send this to him. I don't know if he's reacted to it yet, but I might have to send him this video and see what he thinks upon it. But it's really good so far. I'm loving it. It's just unfortunate I can't really give that much, I can't give that much input based upon the JJK, because I just haven't seen it. I'm just basically taking his word and for what he's showing in the logic or rationale that he's providing. So
the lightning that was just coming at her, and Toji in the anime is literally looking at lightning as it's coming towards him. The only issue with these two feats is that they are once again only reaction speed feats, and Maki or Toji don't seem to dodge them, as Maki literally gets hit and Toji is only shown leaving the building after the explosion from the lightning went off. It also needs to be noted that both Toji and Maki have a precognition, so to speak, where the environment can tell them the next move their opponent is going to make, and scattered surfaces in the atmosphere let them seem like
they deadass got a fucking shotting gun, but it's basically their power. You know what I mean? It's not even their eye or shit. What the fuck?
But it's just giving them the ability to dodge in mid-air and hop on air and whatnot. So with that, let's wrap up this speed section for Toji, with having higher than Mach 3 combat speed, with reaction speeds of massively hypersonic or massively hypersonic plus, or Mach 945 to Mach 4760, as well as precognition. The Sasuke retrieval team children are very fast in their own right. I'm gonna say right now though, if you think Naruto gets the QB amp he got in his fight with Haku, and that he was moving on par with Lightspeed Haku, Toji realistically does not stand a chance, and Naruto would beat him down mercilessly. Anyway,
Naruto is not Lightspeed. Get the fuck out of here. That is insane highball. What the fuck? It's like saying the motherfucker is now Minato and Raikage level with a fucking his first QB amp. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. Because he has a QB amp and then he has a mental amp as well. But no, hell no. Like Haku, she's only Lightspeed in the mirrors. When she's outside or using her body speed, it's entirely different. It's just like Minato and Tobirama using Flying Raijin and then having their own body speed. It's completely different,
Now that the guys who don't like to have fun are gone, let's start with scaling the kids. Even though Rock Lee is not going to be on the team, both Naruto and Neji at this point should scale to his weightless self in speed, and Red Pill Choji should similarly be able to scale off of that version of Lee. This is mostly going to be a debunk section, since Rock Lee's feats against the Sound Ninja in the Force of Death have been greatly exaggerated. At the beginning of chapter 52, Rock Lee blocks an attack from Dosu, but what Lee reacts to is not the speed of sound, it's Dosu coming at him.
So I'll say something really quick. He said Neji and Naruto should be like weightless speed or whatever, along that line. Now I'm gonna be honest, I don't necessarily have a full problem with that. But if we analyze it overall as a whole, what's really interesting is when Lee fights Kiyomaru, for one, he's weaker. It's just stated verbatim. He's less faster and less sharper than he was in the Chunin exams, meaning at his prime, right? And he's over here able to fight against Kiyomaru, land blows in base, then you go Drunken Fist, beat his ass, force him to go to CM1, and then use the first gate and force him to go to CM1 again. So if we take all that into consideration, okay, that means he would be less faster than his prime weightless speed. You know what I mean? So it's is Naruto really that fast? You could probably say with a QB amp. You know what I mean? Because this is the problem. When Naruto gets there, he can't do shit in base. He has to go QB mode instantly. While with the other Sound 4 members, he can fight them in base. Kiyomaru though, he's built different. You know what I mean? He had to go QB. So he goes QB, summons 2,000 plus Shadow Clones, and he can't land a blow. He's just getting benched. Speed blitzed over and over and over. You know what I mean? So it's is Naruto really that fast? I don't know. It's really interesting, but, take it out at a grain of salt, whatever you fucking want. Then you have, Neji, to where he's really fast. He's actually a very fast Taijutsu combatant. to where he's able to like to shit on the Spider-Man dude or even force him to concede close combat. He's faster than Naruto. Like Neji is literally way faster than Naruto. Base Naruto way fucking faster. Okay, and like it's just blatantly shown with feats, statements, whatever you name it, and it even takes like Lee to go to the third gate bare minimum to be able to get past Neji's reaction in combat speed, basically. As for like travel and all that, I won't go that far, but what's it called? But that's what we know, like just based upon statements and feats. But overall, like that's just kind of what you're working with in a nutshell. You know what I mean? Either way, Kimaru, like while even nerfed or even especially prime is over the Sound 4, okay. And you kind of have all that. So, like, you kind of connect all the dots, whatever, then there you go. And then, not only that, just to further substantiate, like, Sasuke with Tutomo, who is basically equal to base Naruto, was getting his ass whooped by a full power Sound 4. Like, just washed up. Like, they're not even low tier Joning level. They're not even fatigued low tier Joning level, bro. Like, it's sad, So, it's like, it's really, really bad. And then, like, the Sound 4, while severely fatigued, they're struggling with the getting, you know what I mean? Because they're fatigued, you know what I mean? They're severely fatigued. They're not at full power. So the level, like, kind of goes very competitive, to them in that regard. So overall, with what I'm saying, with all this shit I'm bringing up, it's like, is Naruto really that? I don't know about all that. Neji, that's perfectly fine. Literally, like, I would say even travel, whatever you name it. I would even believe it. What's it called? If you don't want to believe that for whatever weird reason, just say only his reaction in combat, then whatever. I don't care. But Neji for sure is. Naruto, I don't know about all that. Now, if you give the QB Naruto, then that's understandable. You could probably argue like some relativity, whatever, you name it. If you even analyze like the fight with Neji, like there you go. There's that too. In the tuning exams. Now, to be fair, Neji's like fatigued. He's also getting like mentally conflicted with Naruto, whatever, blah, blah. There's variables, but either way, you have that, take it whatever as a grain of salt. I don't care. So like that's all I'm going to say. But base Naruto, no. I don't give a fuck. He is not. Hell no. Like Sasuke was stated verbatim to be relative to Lee's speed. He wasn't even equal to Lee's speed. He was relative. Okay? Like, so I don't know what to tell you,
Even says at the bottom here that he thinks their attacks are illusions since he can't actually see the sound. One thing that seems to have people confused is the sound ninja move at the speed of sound themselves. This just simply is never implied or stated. We know that they can use sound attacks, but as far as we know, the sound is invisible to them as well. This is backed up later in the chapter after Lee uses the first gate to actually tag Dosu. Dosu goes for an attack on Lee, saying your moves might be fast, but ours are supersonic. Obviously implying supersonic, or Mach 1, is faster than what Lee just showed them. If this is true...
Now this is weighted Lee, by the way.
It should be. It also would invalidate a calc made earlier in the series that had Naruto at Mach 1.19 fresh out of the academy, as Rock Lee made a joke out of a way stronger Naruto with his weights on and without the first gate. Now, from here, we can take two different ways. We can continue this path or backtrack a bit and grant Lee being Mach 1 in base while weighted. This would grant Lee Mach 5 while being in the first gate.
Now, I'm going to be honest, when Lee went first gate, though, he completely shitted on Dozu. Like, speed blitz and shitted on. Like, he would speed blitz all of them. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't even matter at that point.
Considering the first gate is a 5 times increase, since it gives you access to 100% of your muscular energy, where normally you'd only have access to 20% according to my guy.
Facts.
This is just scaling for Lee while...
So it's a 5 times amp.
By the way, base weightless Lee has a feat better than this without the need to talk about Dosu by outspeeding Gaara's automatic defense, which is calced to move as fast as Mach 29 or high hypersonic. Stack the relevant multiplier of 5 times for the first gate, and you get Lee at Mach 145 as a low ball, since Lee actually outsped the automatic defense. I should also mention the high ball for Gaara's automatic standing defense speed is Mach 51, so applying the multiplier of 5, Lee would be Mach 255 as a low ball. But I'm going to go with the Mach 29 calc for this video. Then the second gate isn't really an amp, it's more like a Senzu bean gate. It rejuvenates you. This is as far as we'll go for the scaling though, since Neji is stated to be able to be beaten by third gate and above Lee by Guy, who says...
I get what 6 is saying, but I wouldn't go as far as to say it's only like to rejuvenate you. You're utilizing another gate, which is allowing you to access more chakra, basically. You're releasing your chakra limiters, things like that, etc. So I don't know about all that one. With the first gate, it's like speed and strength. The second gate just makes you a little bit more stronger and also like rejuvenates you, like to basically cancel the effects of the first gate. And in the third gate, you get even more faster and stronger. So, but that's fine.
Reverse Lotus is Lee's key to winning against Neji, because it's a taijutsu performed with such speed the attacker is untouchable. He had also stated the third gate is what's needed to do the Reverse Lotus taijutsu move. So here we have Neji, who can move at Mach 145 as a low ball, and Naruto, who should scale to this especially when enraged, and Choji, who should also scale when given his red pill. If you don't think Naruto scales to this outside of being enraged and with the QB boost, because that's when he scaled to Neji, even despite the Rasengan training and the rooftop fight with Sasuke, that's fine. But fighting with Sasuke on the rooftop and being relative to him in speed should scale Naruto to weightless Lee, considering Sasuke was stated to also be around his speed prior to Chidori. Even though he'd be a bit slower, he was still able to outspeed Gaara's Sand, so Mach 29 should still apply, and Naruto should be capable of that as well on his own now, prior to any Nine Tails amps.
So the problem with this is he says that's practically the same speed as Lee. So if you analyze the definition of practically, and then before that he says like he's almost as fast as weightless Lee. Okay, so then he says that's practically, if you analyze the definition, it's blatant verbatim relativity. That's all it means. He's not equal to Lee, he's relative. So meaning Lee was still faster, basically. Meaning Lee would still beat him up, you know? He would be able to win and be faster. So no matter what, like I'm just kind of putting that out there. You know, so just saying. But you have that. It is what it is. But yeah.
There is a bit of a problem or inconsistency with this scaling though, admittedly, at least for Naruto. Naruto does fight with Sasuke in base and perform relative on the rooftop, but after getting massively amped up versus Kimimaro, he was beaten easily, whereas Rock Lee, fresh out of surgery, without using any of the gates, outperformed Naruto against Kimimaro.
Yep.
With Kimimaro himself.
Hey, at least 6 admits it. At least he admits it.
Even stating that Lee isn't as easy as the others.
Yep.
This runs us
in the anime, Kimimaro says that he is stronger than the others. Just saying, you know.
Consistency, because Sasuke is stated to be around Lee's speed, but here Naruto is stronger than ever, getting outsped when he should be even faster than Sasuke. I just want to say that...
So, what 6 is not understanding is if the statement is saying verbatim that Sasuke is almost to Lee's speed, basically, or near whatever, okay, that means Lee is still faster, which is why he's outperforming, basically. And Lee is just a better taijutsu fighter in comparison to Naruto and Sasuke. That's his specialty, bro. That's just what he fucks with. You know what I mean? Like, Sasuke was only able to, like, mirror and copy it in a sense, but he didn't, like, perfect it, you know? But Lee is just that guy. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Like, Lee is just faster than them. And mind you, this is, like, a weaker... He's less faster, less sharper, and he's over here doing this. So it's, like, it goes to show you it's a pretty decent gap between Sasuke and Naruto when it comes to Lee's full prime speed. Like, sure, they can be relative, but they're not faster. Lee is still way faster, just even with weightless. Like, that's why Neji was able to shit on Naruto. That's why Neji and Lee would also shit on Sasuke. They would fucking shit on that Sasuke. You know what I mean? Like, and even if Sasuke got, like, his Chidori, then it goes along the argument of whether if you think his Chidori gives him, like, a massive speed amp or whatever, blah, blah. A lot of people say it doesn't. A lot of people say it does. Regardless of what you think, if it doesn't, that's even fucking worse, and they lose. You know what I mean? And there you go. You know, and a lot of people will be like, hey, like, it's really bad because if Naruto's like running at a similar speed against Sasuke with Chidori, right? So the Chidori amp speed, and Naruto's able to clash whatever, and we've seen all the feats, whatever, yada yada, that base Naruto can do, etc. You connect all the fucking dots. It's looking really bad, bro. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, I don't know what to tell you. feats are feats, etc. Feats are stronger than statements, especially if the feats contradict. It's that simple. You know, that's why Sasuke and Naruto, even at this point in time, they're not faster than Lee, even in weightless. They could be nearing it or approaching, but they're not. It's kind of like Raikage and Minato. You know what I mean? Minato's way faster still, but Raikage is relative in a sense. That's all it is. But, you know, just want to kind of put that out there. You know, it is what it is. And then when Naruto gets his QB shit, which we know is a pretty big deal, right? It's an amp. That still can't do shit. Does nothing. So it's like the QB amp is clearly not that big, because if it was, then he would be forcing Kimura to go CM1 or shitting on him or landing blows like Lee did. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like it's like the amps that QB Naruto gets is not even like, and mind you, that Naruto was mentally amped, crazy amount of chakra, crazy amount of clones, and the seal weakens over time, meaning he gets more chakra, meaning it's a stronger form basically compared to what we see in the fucking Haku on the bridge. It really doesn't look good for Naruto and Sasuke, you know, and all these other people. Like, Neji and Lee, unfortunately, they were the GOATs of part one. It is what it is. I don't know what to fucking tell you. You know what I mean? The only time I will say where Naruto and Sasuke are shown in a way to, like, surpass these motherfuckers is when they go, like, their final forms, like One Tail and CM2. Personally, you can still argue Lee and Neji being able to win and shit on them, but either way, you know, that's where people are like, oh, no matter what. You know what I mean? Even a buddy of mine that I know, he reps Lee all fucking day, every day, you know, but he will immediately concede and be like, oh, One Tail and CM2 Sasuke would win, though. You know what I mean? And then another friend of mine, D1, like, he also reps Lee all fucking day, every day, and has a similar logic, whatever, argumentation, and he also will be like, One Tail Naruto and CM2 wins, you know? So, no matter what, when it comes to at least their base forms and all that shit, unfortunately, with all the evidence and feats, that's kind of what you're working with. So, I disagree with 6, you know, but at least he's being generous and he is playing devil's advocate, and he's also willing to admit either way, I don't care, whichever one you want to take. He's at least bringing it up in there. So,
to be fair, Sasuke had just gotten out of the hospital when he fought Naruto, so it's possible he wasn't really at 100% when they battled. This is directly following Sasuke's interaction with Itachi.
That's not true. Tsunade literally heals him. He has a full recovery. You good? What you doing, bro? Okay. Oh, it's my cat. I was like wondering if somebody was fucking with the door, and I'm thinking it's my girl, and it's like it's my cat. Anyways, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna fly with any like. There's no marks to indicate fatigue. There's nothing, whatever. He's like mentally amped because he wants to beat up Naruto. Like, it's to the contrary. There's a lot of evidence to say otherwise, that Sasuke should actually have the advantage here, and he fucking doesn't. And he literally gets healed by Tsunade, whatever. He's resting the entire time. He's eating. I don't know about all that one. like basically what 6 is trying to do is he's trying to establish that there's an inconsistency with Lee, and then he's trying to substantiate the inconsistency along with why Sasuke performed on the rooftop the way he did, and et cetera, et cetera. So, but unfortunately, that's just poor speculation, in my opinion, and a very, very low possibility.
Tsunade healing him. And given the fact Rock Lee is still faster than Naruto, I'd say it's more likely Sasuke was just a little rusty. If that's the case, Naruto wouldn't scale to the Mach 29 calc we went over earlier, at least not in his base form. This presents a problem as it throws Naruto in the same boat with these last two guys I'm going to bring up, Shikamaru and Kiba. These two, and by extension, base Naruto, are a bit whack here. They definitely have the less...
I'm not gonna lie, 6 threw in a lot of curveballs and excuses for our boy Sasuke. He don't want Sasuke to be down there, bro.
Impressive showings of speed, and there's no real way to link them to the Mach 29 or higher levels of speed that their peers showed off. One of the last things to really go over for this speed section is Neji allegedly reacting to a lightning speed arrow. There are multiple debunks to this, but really only 2 relevant ones. The first one is going to be dependent on your scaling of later feats. When Sasuke drops Kirin, you can go 2 ways with it.
Yeah, like unfortunately, all the shit for part 1 is hyperbolic statement. That's the problem with data books. They're, for the most part, the majority are hyperbolic. Some are hyperliteral, because it's actually an abundance of evidence to back it up based upon feats, etc., or basically the whole persona of what the character even stands for, aka just like Minato and Raikage, just speed. That's what they're known about, right? You know, so at the end of the day, like most of them are like characters are not reaching that until you like Kakashi, he reaches it with Chidori, right? We see it blatantly as a feat. He can tag lightning itself. Then Kirin and Shippuden Sasuke, he's able to use Kirin, which is lightning as well. And it's basically said like why it could be unavoidable and undodgeable because it's just at the speed of lightning, blah blah. Which it even says like how fast it is. I think it says like that's like the speed of sound or something. I don't remember, but it's something. But either way, what's it called? You know, that's kind of what you're working with. So yeah, no, part 1, they're not. No, that means these motherfuckers are able to dodge shit from. They could dodge Kirin, part 1, and that's come on. That's you know.
You can say it's light speed.
And Sasuke was even flexing, and even Zetsu was like substantiating, saying like, oh, that's why it's kind of similar to Matarazzi. You can't dodge it. You know, it's too fast.
Like in the data books that mention Kirin, it says it moves at the speed of light. Or you can go with the manga where Zetsu says it moves at the speed of lightning. And that the speed of lightning is too fast for Itachi. I don't think
right there. It's the speed of lightning is 1,000 of a second. It's faster than sound. Yeah, see, I knew I was on something. Yeah, it's faster than sound.
Really have to explain why if you think Kirin is lightning speed, Kid Neji reacting to this arrow would debunk the notion of it being lightning speed. Kirin is faster than Teen Sasuke, who is faster than Kid Neji. You get it.
Yeah.
But if you do think Kirin is light speed, then another debunk, and I guess this really applies to both, is that this is not a literal statement and more of a metaphor to say the arrow is really fast. I ran this through a translator and got the original kanji. Here's what it says. You can take the kanji from the description if you care to get it translated yourself. But just know there's no official translation.
However, lightning speed arrow is a term that's translated as in combat. Okay. Okay.
Of this statement to fall back on. The very last speed feat I want to debunk is Rock Lee moving faster than his shadow in the Chunin exams, and that making him light speed. This one is just utterly ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree with Six. Come on. That's a Rock Lee tard moment right there, but that's some nonsense.
It was weightlessly, and like I just said, there are two ways to interpret Kirin. So if you think Kid Lee is light speed, you either think Weightless Lee is as fast as Kirin, being light speed, or you think Weightless Lee would utterly speed blitz Itachi because he's 2,481 times faster than Itachi could barely react to.
Get their ass Six. Get them. Get them fucking rats.
It's a really absurd argument. Aside from this, I'd like to say scaling the Sound 4 to Sasuke as they fought him is also an incorrect way to scale them. It would fall under the same argument as before with Naruto, where Sasuke had just gotten out of the hospital. On top of that, Sasuke beats these guys up in base. The only reason they get the upper hand on him is because of Sakan and Ukon's weird body, but he reacts to every attack unless they're coming from a blind spot, and he doesn't even fight with his Sharingan on. They also do beat Sasuke in their curse mark form.
But hang on, let me see something.
Correct way to scale them. It would fall under the same argument as before with Naruto, where Sasuke had just gotten out of the hospital. On top of that, Sasuke beats these guys up in base. The only reason they get the...
That's also not true. He didn't beat them up. He reacts to them, whatever, etc., but that's because they're testing his power and they're allowing him to do it. The moment they actually get serious, Sasuke can't fucking do anything. And if anything, he's getting speed blitzed and beaten the fuck up. So I don't know what the hell Six is on about right there. In the beginning, yeah, it looks like Sasuke can actually fuck with them, react to them, all that, whatever, and blah, blah. But nah, like, they literally were suppressed, holding back, testing him to try to make it look like, oh no, we can't win, whatever. And then they, like, turn the gun, like, nah, fuck you, bitch, you ain't shit. You know what I mean? And then they literally start beating his ass, speed blitzing, and then fucking Sakan just starts roasting him. He's like, stop acting tough, like, you're a bitch, blah, blah, whatever. Know your fucking place, basically. You know what I mean? And then literally, like, fucking Saikon, like, just no-diffs him. Literally just no-diffs. And then Sasuke gets pissed, goes Curse Mark 1. He does Curse Mark 1 as well and just no-diffs him again. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't know what to tell you. Sasuke does not scale to the Sound 4. He literally gets washed the fuck up. Washed. To suppressed, by all means. But when they're serious and going at full power, no. Like, we literally see them go to fucking CM2, okay? and they still lose to like no chakra, low tier Jonin, bro, or mid tier Jonin, however you want to fucking perceive that. That's pathetic. They're nowhere near Kakashi and Guy, and they fucking struggled, all four of them, and they had to go to CM2 for that shit. They went to CM1 to be relative, but they had to go to CM2 in order to win. So it basically comes to the fact where it's like, you know, overall you kind of have all that. If they're over here being able to fuck with Jonin, you're gonna really try to convince me that this Sasuke can fuck with it. It's like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? Like, they literally bullied him, and he's holding him by his fucking feet, saying like, "You're pathetic. Why does Orochimaru even want you?" Like, come on, what are we doing? Now, if it's fatigue sound 4, that's a different story. All day, every day, you can advocate for Sasuke.
The upper hand on him is because of Sakan and Ukon's weird body, but he reacts to every attack unless they're coming from a blind spot, and he doesn't even fight with his Sharingan on. They also do beat Sasuke in their curse mark forms, but Sasuke's body isn't used to it yet, and he's literally trembling when he turns it on because of that, which didn't even happen back during the Konoha Crush arc or the Forest of Death, and that could indicate the level of fatigue on his body after leaving the hospital. But no, the sound for it don't.
Yeah, come on, Six. You're really stretching it. You're doing some weird, sophist, like, speculation right now, bro. Like, come on, bro. There's no evidence to even substantiate that at all. Like, that would just boil down to equal interpretation territory, depending on who you're going against. Or better yet, if they're presenting an abundance of evidence, like, that's just, no. Come on, man. Well, what are we doing? What are we doing, bro? Like, you're really grasping at straws with that one. So, like, stop giving excuses for Sasuke. If he has an L, let him take the L, bro. Like,
so
damn.
Scaling Shikamaru or Kiba to them doesn't get them anywhere in terms of a speed tier. To make just a bit of an assumption here, with Naruto's rising power from the Chunin exams to this point in the series, I would be willing to, myself, give him being faster than the speed of sound, or at least at that speed. But like I said, this is just a big assumption. I have nothing to actually scale him to that. But at the end, we have Neji as the fastest Genin in base at Mach 145 as a low ball. Naruto potentially scaling to Mach 29 and scaling to the Mach 145 Neji when enraged. Choji with the red pill somewhere faster than Naruto, because call it what you want, there is no way Choji getting 10 times stronger and no diffing a Sound 4 member at their strongest isn't faster than Naruto, and probably Neji too.
To be fair, he low diffed. Like, he was able to react to that Choji, but just saying.
Then we have base Choji, Shikamaru, Kiba, and base Naruto, all at an unquantifiable level of speed beneath the rest of them. Next, we'll talk about Toji's tools, or tool, I should say, since only one of them is relevant here, and that's the Soul Split Katana. Just like the name implies, this katana splits souls, but aside from that, it ignores your durability while that's happening.
You fucking split your... What the fuck? It's like some Reaper Death Seal shit, bro.
We know that the soul in Naruto exists for one,
yeah,
and that if a weapon can interact with it, it can actually damage it. Like when we see Minato's arms are still cut off on his soul when he's going to the Pure Lands. So the weapon would work on these children for sure. We are in a pretty tough spot battle-wise, because the fastest person here quantifiably is Neji for sure, since he's Mach 145 as a low ball, and Toji is just vaguely above Mach 3. But the issue with Neji is he has no AP feats at this time. Normally this wouldn't matter because Neji can negate durability in Naruto.
Not necessarily. If you take into consideration of science and apply literally the laws of physics and how that all works with speed and velocity, etc., you name it, mass times acceleration, etc., I can go on and on, right? You can technically get a certain ballpark of his AP, but at the end of the day, Neji isn't really based upon AP anyways. He's more for hacks taijutsu to damage your organs and fuck you up. And he'll utilize chakra as well to do some super fiction fucking feats. Like, bro, the guy was able to punch the Spider-Man dude through a fucking tree. You know how much AP you have to put into someone to make him go through a goddamn tree, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so the guy definitely has AP. I don't know what he's on about with that,
But the way this works, where he...
Oh, and that's another thing. Like, when he uses this chakra with his fucking... against Naruto's kunai with the Kyuubi cloak, and it causes like a big ass explosion, like, come on.
Your chakra system to damage you won't work on Toji, mainly because, well, he has no chakra system. It also should be noted that while Toji could, yes, react to Neji, saying he'd be able to move in response is kind of a stretch because his lightning reaction feat only has him looking at the lightning. And even saying he scales to Hakari only slightly moves in comparison to the lightning he's reacting to. I guess with that though, Toji could make the slight movement to turn his body if Neji happened to try and strike him in a similar spot, just due to Neji being so much slower than lightning. The rest of the children don't even really stand a chance, and it's likely going to be up to battle IQ and whatnot to actually take Toji down. Toji is rather relentless when he fights, so if he opens the fight by
I'm gonna say this right now, Neji is way more slower than lightning. I don't give a fuck. Like, Kakashi, like, was shown to tag lightning, and this was a younger Kakashi, okay? Then you have Kakashi, like, way older and stronger, you name it. Like, so I'm just like, it's, you know, there you go. Like, it's really weird to say these kids are, like, the speed of light. I don't know about all that one. That's weird. And then once again, we even have the whole Karen thing, you know? So it's like, even part 1 Kakashi being able to tag lightning is just very fucking weird, you know? But maybe, well, you could probably say, like, his reaction, you know, in combat speed is, like, I guess similar, but not like travel, you know? But then again, that's still weird because it's like, then that means that part 1 Kakashi could deal with fucking Karen, you know? Like, I don't know about all that. But so it's weird. Like, there's a lot of weirdness with it. If anything, what I'd probably say with the Kakashi shit is that he was mentally amped, and that's why he could do it. You know, it's like an inconsistency, and it's like it required him to be mentally amped because technically he was doing that to protect Guy, his comrade, and he already lost Rin and Obito, and he was like trying to do whatever it takes to save Guy. You know what I mean? He did not want to die with him. So it's like, you know what I mean? You could basically apply the inconsistency argument or just say like mental amp, you know, and that's why. But like we just don't see that level of speed until Kirin. We don't. You know what I mean? So it's like none of these characters are on that.
The weaker 4 first, then they all likely won't make it far enough to employ some battle IQ strategy. If he happens to say go for Neji first, then it gets better for the Genin, as if Toji is fighting him, Shikamaru should be able to get him with a shadow possession jutsu, which should allow for a nice opening. But to be fair, I'm not sure Shikamaru could hold Toji down with his shadow possession jutsu. And without landing a significant strike on Toji during that time, he'd probably go for Shikamaru just to make sure that didn't happen again. The point I'm trying to illustrate here is that even despite...
Well, I don't know, because if Shikamaru lands a shadow possession, which he normally does in character like 9 out of 10 times consistency-wise, that would just give Neji their opening right there and then, and bam, he's done. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's more likely of a win-con scenario. That's how I kind of engage that, but I understand what 6 is advocating for, but this is, I don't know.
Toji's pretty clear physical advantage on these kids.
But I do agree with 6. If he's able to get out of it somehow, which I don't know how I would do that, you would either have to have like a weird ass ability like Saikon or whatever, or you would have to fucking like overpower with brute power like the QB chakra or a curse mark or CM2. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know how really he's gonna be doing all that, but you know, I'm just saying. But because if he has like similar scaling and speed. Which I'm gonna be honest, 6 really only went over speed mainly. He didn't really go over like scaling and power either. But like at the end of the day, Toji doesn't have like a fucking QB chakra thing or a CM2 thing. At least I don't think he does. You know, so I don't think he's getting out of fucking shadow position. If he gets hit, he's fucked. You know, but if he does get out, then I do agree. He would be calculated and go for him then to make sure it doesn't happen again. I do agree.
He's fighting a group of people, and one of them is massively faster than him. The best case scenario for Toji is taking out Naruto, Choji, Shikamaru, and Kiba instantly, leaving...
That's another thing, too, that's an issue. Like, if Neji is massively faster than him, why is this even a discussion? Because, like, if it's to the point where there's at least relativity to where he's not getting speed blitzed, you know, necessarily, and, you know, Neji is just, like, slightly faster or whatever... Then I would get that. But, like, if Neji is massively, he gets speed blitz then, bro.
That's Neji and trying to land a strike on him while dodging his attacks. But given his quantifiably slower speed, it's hard to say how long it would take to happen or if he'd even be able to get it done at all. Toji is, after all, just vaguely above Mach 3. That could mean he's Mach 200 or just Mach 4, but it's hard to scale it. That's why I just keep mentioning his quantifiable speed, which is just Mach 3. The best case for the Genin is holding down Toji and then landing a giant strike on him, or having Naruto get mad because one of his friends ended up being taken out and entering an enraged Kurama mode. The problem with this is it'd have to be a pretty big amp for him to be able to beat Toji with it. The amp Naruto got against Sasuke is stated to be the best one, even before going into Windtail's form, which Windtail's form should scale to Curse Mark 2 Sasuke, and at this point Sasuke is stronger than Kabuto to the point where he can scare him with chakra alone. So he should similarly be stronger than Kakashi, who can...
Come on, bro. What we doing? Get the fuck out of here. He said he may not look it, but the man before you is Lord Orochimaru. If you don't want to die, you're best to watch your mouth. He's like, and he looks at Naruto. He's like, what is this chakra I feel? Like, all that is basically him like he's trying to like look at him like and flex chakra. And then Kabuto's like, what the hell? But Kabuto's not like, he's not like freaking out like, oh my god, or saying he's strong, whatever. Like, come on, bro. Like, what we doing? What we doing, bro? If we analyze the feats that 3-Tomo Sasuke has from combating against Kyuubi Naruto and then One-Tail Naruto, if we just analyze those feats alone, Kakashi would shit on this Sasuke. Absolutely shit on that motherfucker. What are we even on about right now? The fucking amps that he receives from CM2 as well is either fucking ass, or Sasuke's chakra control is still fucking ass, and which is why the amp didn't do fucking shit. Because the funny part about it is 3-Tomo Sasuke and base could react to One-Tail Naruto and Kyuubi Naruto, and then when he gets a CM2, okay, amp, and then a Chidori amp, the motherfucker is still equal to One-Tail Naruto. So either his amps are horrendous, or his chakra control is so shit to where he has so much chakra, but it doesn't make a fucking difference because he can't utilize it properly. And that was always Sasuke and Naruto's issue to begin with. Sakura was always superior to them in that aspect. Kakashi is another example. That's why he was always stronger, because Naruto has the most chakra out of anybody, but Kakashi had goated chakra control, which is why he could shit on Naruto any day, which is why he even shits on him in Shippuden. So, that's just, come on. Like, I can't, I'm sorry, I'm never going to vibe with that, believing Sasuke and Naruto are fucking stronger than Kakashi. Like, that's just ridiculous. Come on, bro.
Cut lightning, which is far better than...
Like, that is a blatant disagreement with me, bro. Come on.
He has shown or could be scaled to.
I'm beyond what you six, he loves Sasuke. He really does.
Got against Kimimaro wouldn't be enough. And like I said earlier, that didn't even put him on Rock Lee's level. So it'd have to be at least the same quality amp as the Neji fight. To go along with that, if Naruto summons Gamabunta, it's game over for Toji. But Naruto...
Oh yeah, Naruto does, bro. Toji's fucked from that. And I was about to mention that, like, 'cause I was surprised he didn't even mention that once. Like, if Naruto does that, it's done, bro.
For some reason, doesn't really summon Gamabunta after Konoha Crush. So I don't know if I'd say that's in character. So I guess you could say the Genin have 3 fairly viable win cons, while Toji really only has 1. I personally think, given Toji's brutality, it's more likely he'd cut up the Genin than the other scenarios happening. But considering I can't say who he'd target first, it makes things a little muddied, so I'll leave it up to you guys to decide.
iPhone 15.
No issue at all, yeah, because unfortunately we don't have that much on the fucking guy. That's the fuck. Shut the fuck up. What's it called? So overall, like, it's a really, really good video. I'm gonna say this right now. It was a GOATED video. I really loved it. I'm not gonna like it, and the only reason why is because that nonsense he was doing for Sasuke. Like that's what pissed me off. Like, he was having his moment where he's being very transparent. He's applying equity. He's doing devil's advocate, or just willing to collaborate in either, whatever you want, And that's great, right? Awesome. TG is the GOAT of that. Then out of nowhere, he just starts like being in denial on why Sasuke is not weak, or this, and this, and it's because of this and this, and not even applying any substantiation or even proving further on like his speculation or certain things of like why his reasoning of why Sasuke did this. Like, that is annoying as fuck, because Noodles does the same shit with Kakuzu, you know what I mean, and Wana and Tobirama. And then Six is going to be doing that shit with Sasuke. And I can't stand that shit. Like, at the end of the day, if there's not evidence to prove that possibility, or better yet, to substantiate that possibility further for a hire, or just to definitively say so, I don't want to fucking hear it. You know what I mean? Like, we have to take the feats at hand. We have to take the statements at hand, etc. Go from there, yada, yada, okay? I don't fuck with that. You know, so all that stuff with Sasuke and then the sound for and blah, blah, and the excuses, that was annoying as fuck. And then towards the end, just saying stronger than even Kakashi. Like, come on. Like, what are we doing? I mean, like, the whole narrative even contradicts that notion. Like, Kakashi was trying to get there to literally stop him and prevent it, just how he did in the rooftop, okay? Even Sasuke says Kakashi is not even here to stop me and you. So even Sasuke concedes that Kakashi is not near, you know, like, or that they're not even near Kakashi. Like, Kakashi, if he was there, they would just stop it and fuck him up. Then you even have the point where fucking, when Kakashi senses Naruto and Sasuke's chakra and see him two in one tail, he's still not even phased, where, like, he doesn't say, oh no, I can't beat them, this power, oh no, what do I do, whatever, or, you know, yada yada, like, any of that bullshit. Instead he's like, oh my god, this chakra, this is really bad, let me make it in time. Implying that he hopes he gets there in time to stop them. That he understands that the fight is getting really bad and serious, okay? So it's like, come on. Like, that Kakashi shenanigans was wild. Batman, you are hilarious. You told someone to shut the fuck up. What's up? How are you, bro? I'm doing alright, brother. How are you, man? Hey, I'm just keeping it a buck, bro. I'm not gonna... That's crazy. Because kid Sasuke stronger than Kakashi? What we doing? Like, damn. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. But anyways, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think overall of 6's part 1 scaling, if you had any contentions with it, or if you're vibing with it, or if you disagreed, whatever it is. Let me know if you think Sasuke is stronger than Kakashi. What's it called? And then furthermore, let me know who you think wins the battle, Toji versus the team. Like, I thought it was really, really good. It was a go-to topic, go-to video that he did. And it was just really interesting. And with everything that he presented, you know, due upon that logic and scaling, you know, 6 is spitting. I mean, he's definitely spitting. It can go basically either way depending on how it goes with, you know, who he chooses, whatever. But then again, the only disconnect I still had was if Neji's massively faster still, then it's, come on, he gets speed plus, right? You know what I mean? So, like, that's my only problem. And especially if Shikamaru gets him in the shot of possession. Like, 6 even admitted that would happen. But then he says he would just break out. And, like, regardless if you think he can break out or not, if someone is way more faster and he gets caught in shadow possession and can't move, come on. You know what I mean? That's a blatant win con. You know what I mean? So, like, it is what it is. But overall, great video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe. I'm out. Peace.